the 10-0 start by them to start the game, certainly put us in a very bad way. And that, ends up being a 40-33 deficit for the quarter. And then, that's the difference in the game. So the start was obviously poor, and we're going to have to do better. The rest of the game, I thought, we really fought tooth and nail. We made mistakes, but, guys were flying around. And, down the stretch, DeRozan and Vucevic, were a big problem, obviously. And if they weren't the direct problem, they were the guys leading to open shots for the other guys. So it was tough. It was a tough night. And, Caris LeVert had a spectacular game with 42, 8 and 5. Taylor had another big game statistically. And, for a young guy being put in this position, he's doing many good things. And, we had other guys with good stretches, good performances as well. But got to get off to a better start.
Especially considering the defensive spotlight on a guy like Caris LeVert. What to you enables a night like this where he's so efficient when they start to double him in the second half, he's still making the right play, comes up with a 42-point night?
Well, he had 22 in the first quarter, and then they started trapping him as the game went on. He did a good job of moving the ball out of traps, getting the ball to the right people, and it created some really good opportunities for us. And this period where Malcolm's been out has given him a rare opportunity to be the starting point guard, and I see him improving constantly, with reads, with involving teammates, all those kinds of things. He made a great play when we were down 6 with 41 seconds or whatever it was, to get Justin a wide open 3, cut it to 3. And then, then we had a breakdown on defense at the other end. So, disappointing result, but, there's plenty of good things going on. We just got to stay in the fight here as we're undermanned.
Terry had another terrific night, but that play where Dosunmu gets the dunk late, does it kind of highlight how much you miss having a traditional center there to try to help in a scramble play like that?
Yeah, we've been small in a lot of these games recently. Since Tomas has gone out. I mean, Isaiah had the great game against the Clippers, but without him out there, now it's Terry who's undersized but is doing a really tremendous job on the boards. But to ask him to be a rim protector, at an undersized 5 position is just not in the cards. So, in these cases, our perimeter defense has got to be better. So, we just gotta sit down and do a better job, at the point of attack. Not easy, with their athletes and how quick they are. But we'll look at the film and make the adjustments we need to make, and again, get ready for Sunday.
I know you said the final play with Io with the dunk was like a breakdown. Did it look like they kind of used DeRozan as a decoy, or how did you see the play unfold?
Yeah, it looked like a keeper play. Dosunmu's very quick, great, explosive right-hand driver. He had one in the first during that 10-0 run to start the game where he got right to the rim. I think he dunked the ball there too. He just exploded, and we made a mistake. So, unfortunate, unlucky breakdown, whatever you want to call it. He made a really good play, and we didn't make a good enough one defensively.
And obviously, Caris was in a zone tonight. He's gotten in those zones. Just as his coach in those moments, what do you say to him, or how much you let the leash go? How much offense do you run when you know the guy is just on fire?
Yeah, we try to keep it simple, and want to open up enough space for him to continue to attack. Um, in those situations, play calling can easily get in the way. I just have a lot of trust in his ability to read those situations. He was really terrific. From the start of the game through the end, he made the adjustments when they were trapping him, and then he was able to be aggressive again down the stretch and avoid some of the double teams. So he's a special player.
Just 27 3-point attempts for you guys tonight, one of your lower totals of the season. Is that something that, you've had a couple games in a row now at 33 or less? Is that something that's based on who you have available, or is that something tactically you guys been focusing on, is attacking the rim maybe a little more?
Well, yeah, I mean, we want to get as many of our threes as possible off of rim and paint attacks so that, we're stepping right into them. Chicago's a good defensive team, and they do a good job of taking away, the high volume threes. And so I think that's going to be one of the reasons we didn't get a ton of them. Caris is a paint attacker and an excellent mid-range player. That's another reason, we probably didn't get a ton there, because he was going so good. And, that's 26, 19 of his 26 shots go in, and he only took 3 threes, so it factors in there a little bit as well. But look, we want as many good threes as we can get, but we'd rather have layups. And that's really true of just about any team in this league. The layup is the best play in basketball. The step in, catch and shoot, open three is probably the second best one.
Duane was plus 20 tonight. What did you see in his minutes that went so well for you guys?
Just a high level of enthusiasm. He plays with joy. He plays for his teammates. He's a terrific competitor. And I just, I love his feel for the game. So he was terrific out there. He was a big key tonight, when we were able to make that run down the stretch to, I think we got the lead by 1, at one point in the fourth. But, look, for a guy in a 2-way contract, he's doing a great job.
I know at the start of yesterday, Reggie Perry wasn't in this country, and then he comes in and gives you 10 minutes tonight. So what do you think of just being able to plug him in there and get something out of him right away?
Yeah, I was impressed with him this afternoon when we were putting in our basic stuff. He had a great basketball grasp, great feel. Picked up about, 10 things, 8 to 10 things. And then, he was with Mike Weiner at around 2:30, and then we had our walkthrough at 4. Went through those 10 things again. He had him down. And you saw he stepped into that shot from the outside. He's, he does some good things in the paint. He's a little taller than Terry Taylor, so I think the tough thing for him tonight was some of the defensive stuff. Maybe he didn't have quite the grasp of our system there. So, tomorrow we'll get that stuff cleaned up and get him ready for Sunday.
On you from the defense. So in a scenario like that, I mean, what enables a night where you score 42 but are able to do it as efficiently as you were able to do it?
My teammates, they put me in great positions tonight. I think I got it going a little early, and my teammates were just finding, spaces for me to just get to my spots, and they made it easy for me. Obviously we wish we would have came out with the win, but I think we fought extremely hard tonight.
Caris, is there a moment when like, all right, like I'm in that zone? You had a couple of those this season like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just kind of feel it as a player when you're out there. And I felt good in warm-ups. I felt it, all night. So I just tried to carry that, the whole game.
And then how do you find like the discernment to know that you got it going, but then to make a pass to Justin, like you did to cut it to a 1-point game?
I have ultimate trust in my teammates. I go to war with those guys every day. I know what they're capable of. So, when I'm doubled like that, it's easy to make that pass.
You had 22 points in the first quarter, which is actually a Pacers franchise record. Not sure if you know that. Have you ever been feeling it like that in one quarter before in your career?
Yeah. I was the Lakers a couple weeks ago, and then the Celtics a couple years ago. Couple of times for sure. But I mean, it's just fun. I love playing the game. And I put a lot of work in behind closed doors. So, I mean, for me, those are kind of expected for me to just play well. You know what I mean?
Tori mentioned last game how hard the pick and roll game was without any of your bigs available. For you, someone who's navigating those very often, how much different has these games been playing? Terry, who's 6'5" at center and things like that.
It's been extremely tough, but hats off to Terry. Hats off to O'Shea, Reggie Perry, Tori, all the guys who are playing 5. Playing against Vooch tonight, who has 7 inches on all of us at least in height. But shout out to those guys just fighting their butts off all night, offensively and defensively. Like you said, it's hard to play in a pick and roll. We're both 6'6", you know what I'm saying? But I think Terry went in and had, what did he have? Double again, 21 and 14, something like that. He's been playing his butt off, man, and showing he's belong in this league. And, Reggie came in and provided good minutes as well, along with our other, wing guys who were playing the 5. So just hats off to those guys, and, we're going to need them to continue to play well.
Yeah, what was it like getting acclimated with Reggie? He wasn't even in the country, at the start of yesterday. And then
so I know Reggie. Reggie was in Brooklyn with me when he was a rookie. So I know Reggie a little bit. I obviously got traded during his rookie year, so we played a couple games together. But I know Reggie really well. I know his game. So we kind of had some continuity, and it's easy to talk to him because, like I said, I know him a little bit already.
Rick talked a little bit about your efficiency just in the mid-range and getting to the rim, and you obviously can shoot the three-point shot, but I'm wondering if a game like tonight to you kind of underscores as the game evolves, you and DeMar are the leading scorers, and you're not doing it by shooting 15 threes each, that there still is maybe a place for the mid-range, and are you guys kind of examples of that, do you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to get to my spots where I'm most effective. I try to read the game as well. It's not a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm just getting to my mid-range tonight. That's what they were kind of giving to me. And I try to just, read the defense. I'm someone who just kind of reads the defense. So that's what they were giving me tonight, to paint in my mid-range. So I just try to get to it. But there's a lot of guys around the league who I think are really good in the mid-range. But, as you said, some teams kind of shy away from it. I think it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of years how it evolves or kind of dies off. So, I know it's a big part of my game, and I'll keep working at it and keep shooting it in games.
Terry, what was it like to just go out there and scrap and fight when even with the addition of Reggie, you got the tallest guy 6'8", you just got to try to make it work?
That's always been my mentality, to go out there and, just try to play harder than my opponent or whoever my matchup is, and just try to make it hard on them, or just try to even the playing field in some type of fashion.
What did you think of the way Caris performed tonight, especially in that first quarter where it seemed like he just really couldn't miss?
I ain't never seen nothing like it up close. Like, it was unreal. It was like a video game, kind of. You know what I'm saying? And I was just telling Caris, like, yo, keep going. Like, I told him when we was on the bench at one point, I was like, yo, if you need me to come set a screen to get you open, like, just call me. I'll run up there and come get you. Like, you don't ever want to ice a guy out like that. You want to keep going and keep feeding him. So, that was just a crazy game. And I'm happy for Caris that he had a game like this.
And last one for me, I know he mentioned, being in these types of zones, but he also mentioned that he trusts you all. He had 8 assists tonight. So what was it like to know that even though he had it going, you would get your opportunities, Duane and others as well?
That's a great feeling, because Caris is proven in this league, and for him to, trust to put the ball in our hands, we're just rookies. So for him to trust us and, give us the ball to make plays and whatnot, that means a lot. And it just shows he trusts us enough to do that.
Terry, going against a guy like Vucevic for a whole game, what kind of skills have you been forced to work on or learn a bit more about as you go a guy who's 7 inches taller than you for a whole game like that?
I got to learn to do my work early. Just paying attention to the scouting report more and listening to my teammates. Miles was telling me certain things like I need to get under him and, I got to beat him to the spot and force him a certain way. So, just stuff like that, learning from Miles and learning from LP and even Caris and them, it's been good for me.
5 assists for you tonight. What's kind of helped you figure out the patience part of it? It felt like you, after the offensive rebounds, were finding shooters a little bit more on kickouts in this one.
That's just my teammates talking to me. I went up one time and Karis and Justin was like, "Yo, like kick it out to the corner, like we open." So, I started noticing that, and I mean, everybody's collapsing on me. So, the shooters are there ready to spot up, and it just made it easier for me.
Did you wear the Austin P hoodie so everyone knows what school you went to, so you can stop saying you didn't go to any school?
I mean, it's cold outside, but I'm always gonna rep my school. Like, I'm proud of where I came from. You can go out there and see it. I came from a mid-major. I play hard, and just coming from Austin P, it's a lot of grit there. It's a lot of pride, and I try to play with that. And it's also C Red Friday, so I had to wear my red and support my gang. So that's what it is.
Describe the emotion you feel. Like, I know you knocked down the 3, you scream into the timeout, then you had the dunk, and you're pretty hyped about that. So what is it like in those moments? Is it just a matter of expressing yourself, hyping the team up, a little bit of both?
Oh yeah, man. It's definitely just expressing myself. I'm very passionate, very competitive dude, and those kind of plays obviously get the crowd going, get the team going. But for me, it's real genuine, man. It's just how I feel. Trying to show my energy, wear my heart on my sleeve, and just bring energy and keep it positive.
And then you've had your zones this season, but what was it like to see Caris get in a zone like that where he was just unstoppable?
For sure, yeah. The first quarter, man, he was unconscious, man. Everything towards the rim was dropping, and we just told him to stay aggressive. And 40 points tonight, super big time, and shot the ball really, really well, super efficient. So he found his rhythm, and hopefully he's gonna keep this going.
As his teammate or one of his teammates, what are you all saying to him? Are you saying anything to him? Or is anything different when he's in the zone like that? Because he's so casual about everything. He can score 2 or 50 and he'll be like, I did what I was supposed to do. But as his teammate, are you I don't know, just trying to make sure he stays in that zone?
Yeah, I mean he's been there before. He's been in a lot of zones in his time playing in the NBA, in basketball period, and he's a really, really good player, man. And just keep giving him confidence and showing him positive energy and just believing in him, because that's what he could do night in, night out, for sure.
Duane, it seems like you make quick decisions with the ball to the Greg Popovich 0.5-second rule kind of thing. Where did you learn that skill, and how do you learn to apply it so quickly when you got to the NBA?
I think it's just there's ways to play basketball, and I was taught that way to play basketball, and right now it's effective, it's the way every team should play, and coming into my rookie year, just understanding what I could get a jump on and what I could take advantage of, and I've got a great support system. I got my dad playing in the NBA, my uncle playing in the NBA. Those guys have been in my ear just telling me, little things, and for sure just helping me take these steps and just attacking. I mean, a lot of the coaches say you're open on the catch and either shoot it or drive it and attack and close out. So
it seems like you just described it as more of a feel thing, but would you say it's more of like a film thing or an instincts thing to just know what to do right when you get it every time?
For sure, both. I'm still working, man. I got a lot to learn, a lot to work on, a lot to improve on. Sometimes you drive when you could have shot, and sometimes you shoot when you should have drove, and those are decisions you make right on the spot. So it's not gonna be perfect. You just gotta try to make the right play every time, and keep believing in it, and attack it every time.
Tonight you guys were plus 20 in your minutes. What did you feel like went so well when you were out there?
Just tried to be me. Felt like I could have made some better decisions down the stretch. Like I said, I'm just continuing to learn game by game and applying what I'm learning to the next game. So go back, watch this film, and keep learning and just keep pushing forward.
So when we were in Dallas, you had the baseline dunk. I told you, second time you would have to give us a little bit more. So can you take us through that play and what it felt like to just let out, I guess, all the aggression on the rim?
For sure. I just had a full head of steam. Saw Justin in the corner and Saw Ayo kind of shade over that way, and I knew he didn't want him to get that corner three because Jess was gonna knock it down. So just kept going. And he didn't stop me, and just had a open lane and took off for sure, and just made it happen.